This is your man in the orange jumpsuit coming to you live. Talking about this jumpsuit, I need to throw out a big shout out to a couple of my friends, Keenan and Betty. This thing is awesome, and I either look like I'm ready for Halloween or just got out of prison. Today's episode of Scout on a Budget. Today we're gonna fix, hopefully you can see it, this front diff cover right down there. Now, like I said in the last video, it's an International Scout. It's gonna leak. We fixed the fuel pump because it was pouring motor oil everywhere, and now we're gonna fix the front differential because it is leaking 80-90 weight. Ugh. Now this is the underside of my Scout, and we're gonna take these bolts off on this front cover so we can dry this bad boy up, just like the Sierra Desert or your mother. Everybody knows that these bolts are 1/2 inch. I didn't. It took me about 5 tries. But I figured it out real quick, and now we're gonna get to it. So, start breaking them loose. Ugh. Wow, these things are like really in there. Who did this?
Well, probably a actual person knew what they were doing back in the 70s.
No, it was me. I did it. I'm pretty sure I siliconed it too, so I'm gonna hate my life later. Good Lord. You know, you don't want to watch me do this. So how about we just skip to the good part where all the oil spews out everywhere. Kabam!
And look at that oozy gooey.
Yeah, oh, it smells. Oh, it smells really good. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely siliconed it.
You did?
Yeah.
That's what you get for being a dork.
Yeah, that's why I should have. I don't even think I put a gasket on this. I think it's just silicone. That's because I was poor when I was doing this.
Well, you're
then I got married.
It's still our
I'm still poor.
That's why you got moral support.
Yeah, the old Garth moral support system. This is 80-90 weight. It doesn't look, smells pretty well used, but last time I did this, I spent more money on the lunchbox lockers than I did on putting a gasket in it, but we're gonna change that. It's pretty metally looking. Should probably clean that out. Now that I got the cover off and cleaned up, we're gonna cut a gasket for it. From my last video when I told you I was on a budget. Multi-purpose. All right, just put some of that down. Get your thing that you're making a gasket for. Maybe draw around it if your pin works. And remember, y'all, measure once, cut twice, so you can fix your mistakes that you've done. Oh, look at that bad boy right there. That's the stuff.
It looks like a 2-year-old drew it.
Perfect. Then more than likely it'll be right off the money. It was so perfect, and then I messed it up. I don't need that. Make sure your knife blade's the right direction so it'll actually cut. Boom! Check that out. Check it out. Check it out. All right. Boom. Ish. Boom-ish. Perfect. Now I need to cut the inside. So in this step, you gotta grab your handy dandy bright pink measuring tape, and you measure the inside to the outside, and we're gonna make it a little bit wider. Maybe this is how we're gonna do it. I don't know. I'm sweating in here, dude. I think we can be able to mark this. Just like this. Well, that's close. Close enough. Counts. Good enough for government. That's what I gotta say about that. Well, there we go. Here's the test fit. Not too shabby. I got my gasket. I got my cover. Now we're gonna go install it. Come on. So we're back under the Scout again. We got our gasket. We got our cover. We got everything on the front differential pretty well cleaned up. Now we're gonna install the front cover. Now you don't want to tighten down the bolts too tight. You just want them a little bit loose because you're gonna try and tighten down everything all at once to the same pounds per square inch. I'm not gonna use a torque wrench. I'm just gonna kind of feel it out based on, I think, just experience. I think we're gonna do like a crisscross pattern, kind of like when you change your tire. The thing with these tin covers, they're not very tough. So if you just cinch one side down, then it's gonna bend, and then your cover's gonna leak. You want to keep it as equal pressure as possible here. Most of the time they leak right here because people crank down these bottom ones. If you can see that, they crank down these bottom ones right here, which then bend the metal down here and here, which then causes it to bubble right here. That's the worst part about these Dana 44s. This area between these two bottom bolts tend to just bubble up and then leak. A way you can get around this is like getting, one, just flattening it out, or two, you can just get like a reinforced cover. So I think it's like Yukon makes some, Forge makes some. They're just kind of expensive, and I'd like to change this out one day. Just not in the cards right now to do that. That's why it's very important to keep the pressure equal as you're working around, and then on the last pass, snug everything up. I imagine there's an actual like torque setting for this, but you know, these threads and these pumpkins get so worn out from people taking on and off these covers that it kind of, I feel like it doesn't fully get torqued down to the right spec. I think it over torques it and then bends them. And there we have it. It's all wrapped up. Now I just need to go put some 80-90 weight in it. Now what I like to use this Lucas, if you can see that, this Lucas 80-90 weight. It's pretty expensive for what you get, but I'd rather put high quality oil in it, and then instead of changing gears every so often. A good way to check if your oil's full, if you don't want it pouring out the front, you can just stick your finger in here. You should be able to fill down in the bottom. Oh, almost went in the bucket. And then just wipe everything off. One more fix on a budget. Next episode is gonna be on my broken door handle. I bought a set out of a 1976 Plymouth Roadrunner. It's going to be a little bit different. Going to have to do a little bit of a modification. But nothing I can't handle. Hope you tune in next episode. And God bless.